It's probably the first thing you open in the morning and the last thing you check at night. But have you ever really thought about what's happening behind the scenes? Well, in this explainer, we're going to dive deep into the one tool we all use, but maybe don't fully understand email. Just to give you a sense of scale, check out this number 4 billion people. That's how many people use email every single day. I mean, it's not just some app, right? It's basically a foundational part of our digital lives, like an invisible thread connecting almost half the entire planet.
And think about it. That's because your email address is pretty much your passport to the internet, isn't it? It's how you signed up for everything, how you get verified for work, how you get all those super important notifications. So yeah, it's way more than just a tool. It's a huge piece of your digital identity.
So that leads to a really important question. For something so vital, are you actually using it right? Like, are you getting the most out of it? Is it professional? Is it secure? Well, over the next few minutes, we're going to break down everything you need to know to confidently say yes to all of that.
Okay, so first up, let's pull back the curtain a little bit. The second you hit that send button, you kick off this incredible, almost instant journey across the globe. Let's actually trace the secret path your message takes to get from your screen to theirs.
So, what is email at its core? Well, it's really just a way to exchange stored digital messages. The best analogy? It's like a digital post office. But, instead of taking days to get a letter across town, this thing operates at the speed of light. Pretty amazing. And this whole lightning fast trip happens in just 4 basic steps. First, obviously, you write the message. Then, the moment you hit send, a protocol called SMTP takes over. Just think of it like a digital delivery truck. It zips your message from server to server. Then, your message gets stored and just kind of waits on the recipient server until their email app goes and grabs it. And the craziest part? This all happens in the blink of an eye. Okay, so now we know how an email gets from point A to point B. But what about the message itself? I mean, writing a really great email is a bit of an art form, but it's one that's built on a really clear professional foundation. Basically, every good professional email is made up of these 5 key parts. You've got your subject line, that's your all-important first impression. The salutation, which, sets the tone. The body, which is the main event. Attachments, which you got to handle right. And finally, your signature. Think of it as your digital handshake. Now let's zoom in on the body, because that's where the real work happens. The key here is to make it scannable. Nobody has time to read a wall of text, right? So you have to respect their time. Use short paragraphs. Use bullet points. The goal is clarity. Make it as easy as possible for them to get the point, and fast. And just like you start strong, you gotta end strong. That's where your signature comes in. Seriously, don't just see it as a sign-off. It's your digital business card. You want to keep it clean, keep it professional, always have your full name, your title, and your key contact info. It just instantly makes every message you send feel that much more credible. All right, so we've got the structure down. Now let's talk about etiquette. The unspoken rules of email that really separate the pros from the amateurs. And we've got to start with those 2 little fields that cause so much confusion, CC and BCC. Okay, let's break this down, because getting this right is so, so important. CC, that stands for carbon copy. You use this when you need to keep people in the loop, but they don't really need to do anything. It's just an FYI. Now, BCC, or blind carbon copy, this is all about privacy. The name gives it away, right? Anyone you put in the BCC field is totally invisible to all the other recipients. And here is a pro tip that is absolutely not optional. If you are ever sending an email to a big group of people who don't know each other, say for a newsletter or some kind of announcement, you have to use BCC, always. Blasting out everyone's email address is a huge privacy foul. Using BCC it's just basic digital respect. Oh man, the reply all button, probably the cause of more inbox chaos than anything else. Here's a simple rule. Treat it like an emergency button. Seriously, before you even think about clicking it, just stop and ask yourself, does every single person on this email chain really need to see my reply? If the answer isn't a loud, immediate yes, then just reply to the sender. Trust me, you'll be everyone's hero. Okay, last but definitely not least, let's talk about security. Your inbox is a massive target for bad actors. I mean, it's the gateway to your entire digital life. So protecting it isn't just a good idea, it's essential. And it all starts with learning to spot the 2 biggest threats out there. First, you've got phishing. These are those sneaky, deceptive emails that look real but are designed to steal your passwords and personal info. The golden rule here is simple. A real company will never ask for your password in an email, ever. And keep an eye out for those red flags, like a message that's trying to make you panic, or an email address that looks just a little off. The second threat is spam. Mostly it's just annoying junk, but your best bet is to let your email filters do their job and just have a hard and fast rule: never, ever click on links from anyone you don't recognize.
So, as we wrap things up, I think this quote really says it all. We've gone over the techie stuff, the professional structure, the social rules, but what it all boils down to is this. Getting good at email isn't really about the technology. It's about getting good at communication. Every single message you send out there is a little piece of your professional identity. So the real question I want to leave you with is, how deliberately are you building that identity, one email at a time?